And how are you all? I meet you again. Yes, children, I am very happy because I am meeting you. Okay. Are you writing classwork? Are you sending the homework? Are you doing your work, children? Okay, children. Okay, today we are going to study about the distillation. Okay, about the distillation and evaporation. So, here you see the distillation. Already you know distilled water. Yes, that means purified water. Yes, here distillation to separate the mixture of soluble solid from liquid component. That soluble, say example, soluble solid sodium chloride, liquid component water. Now we have to separate these two mixture. Sodium chloride, that means salt, and water. Yes, we have to separate the sodium chloride from water. We have to separate the salt from water. We separate them by using distillation method, by this process. Okay, we will see that. Listen carefully, all of you. Look at this principle. First we have to see about the principle. The process is applied to separate a mixture of non-volatile solid from a volatile liquid. Non-volatile solid, that is a soluble solid, from liquid component. Okay, the liquid component B, that means water, evaporates on heating. Already we know when we heat water, the water evaporates. Water evaporates and it becomes water vapor. So, and is recondensed, and that the evaporation of water, evaporated water again recondensed while solid component A. So it remains behind in the distillation flask. Now which technique? The techniques are there. Some techniques are, we have to use some techniques. We study that techniques. Listen. Add a mixture of A and B. We have to add both sodium chloride and water to the distillation flask. Now we have to heat them carefully with the Bunsen burner and allow the mixture component to evaporate. After that, condense. Yes. Now how do we separate that? The solid component A, that means sodium chloride, that is soluble in liquid component B, is left behind in the distillation flask. After all the liquid which evaporated and condensed through the Liebig condenser into the receiver flask. Here you see mixture A and A plus B, that means sodium chloride plus water. This is distillation flask. So the solid component, the sodium chloride, is left behind in the distillation flask, and the evaporated water, and after they condensed, they come through the Liebig condenser, then they settled in the receiver flask. Which is receiver flask? That is receiver flask. Okay, children. So we could separate salt. We can separate the salt from water. Yes or no? This is the process. This process name is called distillation. We can separate sodium chloride from water by using this process. That process name is distillation. Okay, children. Okay, we will see the next. That process is called distillation. Okay, distillation spelling DISTILLATION. Now there you see A, that is sodium chloride, and B, in the picture B, sodium chloride. In the picture C, that is liquid water. Okay, children. Okay. Listen, this distillation, you look at this, to separate the mixture of soluble solid, that is sodium chloride, soluble solid sodium chloride, from water, that is liquid component. We have to separate the sodium chloride from water. Yes. Okay, you see that. The next Now we are going to study about evaporation. Already we know about evaporation. Evaporation in this process is used to separate the mixture of soluble solid sodium chloride from liquid component, that is water. Yes, okay children, we will see that one. You see that evaporation to separate the mixture of soluble solid A sodium chloride from the liquid component B, that example water. Okay, we will study them. Look at this picture. This is separation by evaporation. This is separation by evaporation. The principle: the solid is left behind due to the process of evaporation in this separational technique. You see here that the solid is left behind. When the process of evaporation in this separational technique, the solid is left behind. Then we see the technique. Place a mixture of A and B in an evaporating dish and heat it carefully on a sand pot. That is a sand pot. This is evaporating dish. That is mixture of salt and water. While heating, water comes out. Yes. So the flame of a burner should be adjusted to prevent the solid left behind in the dish from spurting out. Okay. Then distillation technique is prepared over evaporation. Distillation technique is prepared over evaporation, since both the components can be recovered by distillation, whereas only the solid component can be recovered by evaporation. But this process, the solid component can be recovered, but distillation, both the component solid and water also recovered by distillation. So this is the difference between the distillation and the evaporation. Here the soluble solid A left behind in the dish. All the liquid component water is lost in the form of water vapor. The soluble solid is left behind in the dish. Okay children? Okay. Then all of you, today so we have completed this lesson. Now you ready to write the classwork and mark the book answers. Get ready children. You take your book and take your classwork note and get ready. Everybody, take your book, page number 22. Page number 22. First question, tick the correct option. First question, the best way to recover sugar from sugar solution is crystallization. Answer D. Which of the following is not a mixture? B, air. So the answer is B, air. Answer is B. Then, which of the following cannot be separated using water as solvent? Potassium permanganate. Okay. Then the fourth one, the component of iodine and potassium chloride mixture can be separated by sublimation. So the answer is B. Solid liquid mixture are not separated by fractional distillation. So the answer is C. Okay. Mark that. Now children, fill in the blanks. The mixture of solids containing iron as one of the components can be separated by magnetic separation. Second question, the elements and compounds are together called mixture. Then salt and water is an example of homogeneous mixture. Gunpowder is an example of heterogeneous mixture. Carbon dioxide is considered as a chemical compound, but carbon and oxygen as atoms. Okay? Write fast. Write fast children. Okay. Okay, we will see the next one. Now write true or false. First question, this is match the following. You write a number 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we will match that. Methyl alcohol from methyl alcohol and ethyl alcohol. Fractional distillation. Second question, iron from a mixture of iron and lead. Magnetic separation. Third question, sand from a mixture of sand and water. Sedimentation. Sulfur from a mixture of sulfur and charcoal. Solvent extraction. Common salt from common salt in water. Evaporation. Okay. Then next we will see the true or false. Write true or false. First question, compound consists of only one kind of atom. False. Heterogeneous mixture do not have uniform composition. True. Ammonium chloride can be separated from sodium chloride by distillation. False. The term substance is used to refer elements and compounds. False. Distillation is not prepared over evaporation to separate soluble solid from a liquid component. True. Okay. We will see the next. I think this is the last slide. This is the last slide. Okay. There is no slide. Okay. Today I will complete. I am going to complete today's class. We will meet again in the next video. Okay, children. Thank you all.